everyone, and welcome back to Royal Insider channel. Today I have something very special for you. I'm going to share the closely guarded recipe of the late Queen Elizabeth II's favourite Scotch pancakes, also known as drop scones. These pancakes are fit for royalty, and I will guide you through every step to recreate them at home. Let's get started. Now, just to say, the late Queen Elizabeth had a fondness for pancakes. Well, just like many of us do. However, she preferred the heartier and thicker Scotch style over the thin crepes. These delightful drop scones were one of her favourite breakfast treats. What's interesting is that even with personal chefs at her disposal, Her Majesty enjoyed experimenting with her own recipes, and these pancakes were one of her go-to dishes. Now, according to the Royal Collection Trust, the recipe I will be using today is believed to have been sent by Queen Elizabeth II to President Eisenhower around 1960. It's a unique recipe that calls for not one, but 3 different raising agents, making these pancakes extra light and fluffy. So, before we start, I think let's get to the ingredients and check through what we're going to be using today to make these scrumptious pancakes. First of all, 1 free-range egg. Then we need 2 teaspoons of unrefined caster sugar, 1 teaspoon of unsalted butter, melted, 250 ml of full-fat milk, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 240 grams of plain flour, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoons of cream of tartar, which I've mixed together here, and 100 grams of unclarified unsalted butter. Now let's prepare the steps. So now I'm just preparing the dry ingredients, which is actually, I've got my sieve here, and it says in a large mixing bowl, which I'm using, it says sieve together the plain flour, which of course I've got, the bicarbonate of soda and the baking powder and the caster sugar. So I'm putting that all together, putting it through the sieve, because that's a vital part to make it nice and light and fluffy. You can see the dry ingredients there. That's what I've done so far. Now, this step ensures that we have a nice, smooth and lump-free batter. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So, now we get to step 2, and we're going to add the wet ingredients, which is, we crack our egg into the bowl, our free-range egg, like so. There we are. And then we also pour in the full fat milk. Pour it all in, and then we whisk. You get your whisk and you whisk everything together until you have a nice, smooth, lovely, delicious batter. For perfecting the consistency of the ingredients, you can pass it through a sieve again, which is what the Queen liked to do, to make sure that the consistency is right, and if you need to, you can adjust it a little bit by adding some more water. The Royal Collection Trust actually advises that the batter, it should have a dropping consistency, which is thick enough to hold its shape on the griddle or in the pan. So now we're going to go to the cooking part. So you need to get your non-stick pan or your pancake griddle, and simply you melt some clarified unsalted butter on top of the pan, and then what we do when it's nicely melted, if you can see that, we get our mix, and you can use a ladle or you can use a dessert spoon, and you simply ladle out or use a dessert spoon and you place onto your frying pan like this, and then you make your little circles for the pancakes to start to cook. Now I'm going to do about 2 here because I've not got a great big pan, but I'm going to do 2. And as you remember, you've got the nice runny consistency, but not too runny. So you just place them into the pan like this, and then hopefully there's enough space for the two while they start to cook. And I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit and hopefully get them cooking nicely. I'm just letting the pancake mix just run into the pan, and now they're starting to cook nicely, as you can see. And then we just wait for them. What they should start to do on the underside, they should start to get nice and golden brown, and then we start to see them bubble on the top. And when they bubble, that's when we know it's the time to flip them over. And they're starting to bubble underneath right now and round the sides. And I haven't got the perfect circular shape, but it's a nice, we've got two nice big pancakes coming up there, and hopefully they'll start to rise quite nicely. And then you can just go around the edges just to lift them a little bit, so see how they're getting on. And these are doing nicely. Just gently tweaking them so that to make sure that they're not sticking, and the butter's getting right under them. You see, lovely butter's getting right under them now. So that's what I'm doing. And then it's starting to bubble. This one's starting to bubble a little bit, so I'm going to flip it over. Oh, look at that, beautiful on top. You've got the lovely golden brown, very light golden brown colour on top. So obviously they don't take long to cook. You know, what's that? It's not even been a minute really, has it? So this one is a little bit more on the outside. So it's starting to bubble now. I can feel that starting to bubble. And I'm going to try and flip that one. I haven't got a big pan, but there we are. Look at that, beautiful. Now they're not the perfect shape. I am not the perfect cook, but I wanted to try this recipe because I thought it sounded delicious, and I thought everyone would appreciate it. So this is going to be our drop pancakes, or our lovely Scotch pancakes. Here we are. I can feel that they're doing nicely underneath. I can feel that they've got a bit harder. So basically that is it. And the next thing to do is to take them off your griddle or from your pan, and we're going to serve them up. You can serve them up with lovely butter or some homemade jam, anything really that, you know, if you've got a sweet tooth that you'd like to do. Right, so here we are, off the pan. You find a nice plate to put them on. There we are. Look at that. I mean, it only took a few minutes, and there we are. So there you have it. You've got yourself two lovely pancakes, the same or near as Queen Elizabeth II would make, her favourite food. Fantastic. So, congratulations, you've just made Queen Elizabeth II's delectable Scotch pancakes. Now, these pancakes are a delightful blend of tradition and flavour, fit for a monarch. I hope you enjoyed making and savouring these pancakes as much as I have, and of course as Her Majesty did. If you loved this recipe, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more delicious and exciting royal inspired recipes. And remember to share your cooking experiences with us and everyone, and your thoughts and comments can be added below. So until next time, happy cooking everyone, and may your mornings be filled with the joy of pancakes fit for royalty.